Hey, it's me, Shanera. 37 chapter continues for at least another 21 days. I'm just going to be honest. I feel like I'm struggling a little bit. I had a win, a couple wins this week in terms of the craft. Hopefully you saw my post about the web series Study Buddy. If anybody knows, one of my most popular pieces, Ranger Games. It's actually featured in the premiere episode that just dropped a few days ago. And one of my, less popular pieces, I haven't performed as much, but nevertheless, it came from my fingertips, inspired by the spirit, a song called Love Wrong. So shameless plug. I really wasn't trying to do that for this video, but check it out. Now, what's the problem is that I couldn't even really sip and savor that because dealing with some drama, man. And without telling all the stinking details, because after all, this is on YouTube, and people be watching your YouTube. Dealing with persecution, and dealing with persecution when you know that you haven't necessarily told it a squeaky clean line in terms of being all that you possibly could be for a task, an assignment, and knowing when you are not being treated fairly, and trying and striving, and you're not being fully respected. It's like someone is playing a head game with you and they're in a position of authority. For me, it's so uncomfortable. And I know I've been through this to some degree in my working past in the past, but I'm experiencing it again. And so trying to see what is my position with it, what do I do? And the most uncomfortable part about it is when you know that you have to accelerate or use your tools to address the situation appropriately, because it's affecting me performance-wise. It's affecting my creativity, and it has nothing to do with my ultimate passion, my ultimate purpose. But if I think higher, I have to think about what is the lesson, what am I supposed to be learning ultimately, what is God allowing so that I can be the best who I can be when this particular season of this assignment is over. And I apologize if I'm talking in code, but you get my drift. So why am I sharing this? Why? Because first of all, I need to get this out of me. Second, because I haven't really talked to y'all as intimately as possible. And third, yeah, I am looking a little rough. I am in the bed and struggling to run a couple of miles and go to church. I can't just drop the ball. And then praying for a resolution, praying to be rescued. I hate, sometimes life is rough. I hate having to make tough decisions. I believe that probably ultimately is my biggest lesson as I close out the 37th chapter of my life. When I'm faced with something, that's difficult, I can ruminate on it and chew on it and then rehearse it and nurse it with friends and then like a pet, and keep that thing around, or I could just burst, and And I hate making difficult. I hate opposition. I hate confrontation. And ultimately, it will come to some sort of confrontation. Not that to get ignorant, but it's going to have to be addressed. And I don't like to address that. Why can't I just have it? I won't say easy, but shoot, it's just that simple. I have a one goal when I walk into this particular arena, and it's to serve, right? And anything that comes between me and serving is literally seen as an enemy. And how do I get rid of the enemy, right? And I don't want to try to oversimplify, but perhaps or over spiritualize it. But I think I've been under spiritualized, and I have not been exercising my best weapon, which is prayer. Pastor Raines, one of my CJAC's pastors, online pastors, he was talking about our ability to try to go through our resources, right? Why is my first response a resource? So one particular night I got in, I was on the phone with 3 of my friends when I knew when I came home, I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to go to God in prayer. I was supposed to do that. So the problem has not gone away. And then to top it off, I've got an offer for a particular production. And when I went to the first gathering for it, it was glaring to me that it wasn't lining up with what I needed, what I wanted. I have goals in this particular arena, and it wasn't ticking in time with anything. And almost feeling, I won't say pressure, but almost like pressure to do the project anyway. And wrestling with the fact that I don't want to look like I'm a big shot, or just risking being misunderstood. So a bunch of unknowns, right? But realizing I have to make decisions that line up with my goals, and sometimes I struggle with that. Making the best decision that's for me, and not that I don't care about other people, but I do have to care about myself. So do I continue to be in torment and deal with injustice, in this one factor that I'm debating, right? Do I take on a project and have resentment possibly because it's not going to address any of the things that's on my to-do list at all? Not only is it not paying, even though they're charging tickets for it, right? Okay, and I've done my share of that foolishness, but they're not even recording it, so I don't have material for my reel. And it's 2 months of production. Am I going to grow from this particular role? Do I care about making new connections at that price? I don't. Yeah. Anybody ever been there? Let me get up and force myself to do at least 2 miles. Pray my strength, y'all. This is not pretty. Holla if you feel me. Holla with a prayer. Something. Bye, y'all. Happy Sunday, right? Okay, bye.